Greetings and welcome to Old Drunken Discography, where old friends and fans come together to BS, argue, occasionally agree, and discuss a musical artist. This week's artist is Def Leppard. If you missed any of the previous episodes, click the link down below the playlist. It'll play them all. Because today we are talking about X. And you'd probably rather listen to us talk about Pyromania. That link is down below. But anyway, with me is Tim, Bill,
Hi.
Oh, I'm still here.
and Cowboy, our special guest.
Hey.
So we're talking about Def Leppard's 8th studio record called X. Didn't come out in 2000. Came out
2000, 2002.
Yeah.
Yes.
The only thing I'll give this album credit, we didn't talk about Euphoria's album art last time, but I think this looks better than Alkaline Trio's Blood album. Like, I like the X better here than the hard print.
Yes.
Like, it just reminds me of Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, it does, actually. I see that.
That's one of the only positive things I can say about this record. But who wants to start us off talking about X?
I'll start off with X if y'all don't mind.
Yeah, go right ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay. X came out in 2002. And
Yep.
it was the tour I got to see them on. And I got to meet Rick Allen on that one.
Oh, that's cool.
I got an autographed drumstick from him.
That's way cool.
You should have held it up then. That would have been like top tier level. Like, bam.
Right?
X was an album that was I was disappointed really in them for that album because it was not what I was expecting, but it was what I was expecting. But it was the turn of 2002 and they came out with the Now song and the video with the whole Union Jack. I don't know if y'all seen the video for it, but it's all about the Union Jack. So, and
Missed that
the first song just kind of pissed me off because it was too much acoustic for the type of song that it was. I was like, this just don't feel right, And then Unbelievable came out, the second track, and it was that Photograph, that Promises type of song, but at the same time, for me, it's starting to get too whiny about the same shit. You know what I mean?
Yes, I think we're on board with what you're saying here.
Yeah,
You have my support.
I didn't get the high I got off of Euphoria with X at all. And that was the album. Even my brother told me. He says, the hell, they went fucking adult contemporary. What the hell?
Well, I guess
they definitely lean into it.
Huh?
Yeah, let me go first this time. I didn't go first last time.
Second.
Yeah, let me go second this time. Now, the drumming was interesting on the slow part. This one kind of sucks. So many changes in the song, like tempo changes and stuff, but it didn't flow together at all. Unbelievable. Oh my God, if Slang was Def Leppard in 1996 trying to sound like 1992, this is Def Leppard in 2002 trying to sound like 1997. What is this awful crap? You're So Beautiful. The verses were boring. The chorus sounds like Everclear. The guitar solo was cool, I guess. Every Day started out okay. It wasn't offensive and sounded like Def Leppard. But then the chorus, it was awful. What is this pop shit? Long, Long Way to Go. This sounds like a song for a Disney animated princess movie.
Oh, no.
And it was rejected from said movie for not being good. So it was given to Def Leppard, as they didn't write this one. 4-letter word. Oh my God, please tell me the 4-letter word is rock. Let it be rock. Damn, nope, it wasn't rock. Still, this is the best rock song on the album so far. Has that old school rock verses. The chorus is still lame and poppy, but I can dig it. Torn to Shreds. That was an amazing Matchbox 20 song. Too bad I hate Matchbox 20. Love Don't Lie. At this point, I need to just lower my standards, try to find something good. The production sounds good. It reminds me of the band Live and Dolphins Cry. Gravity. Joe Elliott is the only one who sounds awake on Gravity. The music is boring. The little gimmicky funk effect on the bass isn't cool and falls more into annoying. Cry had a few good parts. Not top tier Def Leppard, but it wasn't offensive at least. Girl Like You, come on. This is Three Doors Down meets Maroon 5. This is horrible. Let Me Be the One for Def Leppard. This one was okay. It's just a softer ballad, and they're good. They're good at those. So, Scar. It wasn't as bad as Pearl of Euphoria, but it was no Billy's Gun either. Besides the guitar solos, it's just boring and way too long. And Kiss the Day, I listened to it. It's more the same boring alt pop rock crap. I like the background melodies, I guess. I did not like this record at all.
So I guess I'll follow up with my opinions on this album. So after listening to Slang and Euphoria, I'll be honest, kind of like a lot of these artists, as you get more and more albums, like, okay, I think I know what I'm about to get into here. I've seen this story before. X kind of started off as like a slow, say alt pop rock, definitely would say that. And then it's like, a couple of these songs like, You're So Beautiful is like, if Luke Bryan was the lead singer for NSYNC, this is what it would sound like. And you know what? I feel like it'd be very accurate. Now, to clarify, I like Luke. I won't say I like Luke Bryan, but like I can appreciate Luke Bryan's music, and I can appreciate NSYNC. Do I want Def Leppard doing it? No. But I can at least appreciate some of their stuff. As they're going with this, it's like, here's the thing. If you're walking into this expecting, pyromania or hysteria, where you actually got like a true, more like that 80s, borderline hair metal, like, some of that rock coming through, this is not what you would expect here. This is the start of, this is them fully chasing trends at this point in their career. And it's unfortunate when bands do that. And in my opinion, as soon as a band starts to do that, that's when they're done. Just because,
and you're saying they started here?
No. I shouldn't.
This established the pattern.
Yeah, sure. No, I know. I'm just throwing that out.
Once is an instance, twice is a pattern, 3 times is a trend, right? Like, this is like established. Like, no, they're saying screw this. If this worked for other bands, we can do it, right? In later albums, all these, alt rock bands that came out into the early 2000s did this, so we can do it too. Sure, you can. 8 years too late, but we'll get to that in later albums discussions. This one is, as Jason alluded to, I mean, this is, if this album came out in 1996, it'd be kind of cutting edge, almost.
Yeah.
Comparatively, right? Like, but the issue
comparatively, sure.
Issue is, if you're 5 years after that trend happened, like, it'd be like releasing a grunge album in 2006. Grunge is gone. I mean, there's occurrences, but it's not the mainstream. And someone's going to say, that sounds like this band, or this sounds like this singer. You're going to reference someone else that already did it, and probably a lot better, especially when you are trying to expand arguably outside of your genre, right? Like, Def Leppard they're not a boy band. Mm-hmm. They didn't start as a country band. They didn't start as an alt rock band. Like, they aren't any of those originally. They're saying, screw it, let's go that way.
I mean, they're well into 25 years into their career at this point.
Yeah.
At that,
Yeah, at the next album, yeah.
and the way music moved as rapidly and changed as rapidly as it did throughout the 90s and the 80s, and I guess even the 60s, 70s, but it's interesting to see a band from the 80s go through that time where like they're washed up now. What do we do? Because you saw the 70s bands do it, and you saw a band like Aerosmith who completely changed their sound and matched to the 80s.
They adapted to the new.
They essentially copied Pyromania, or Hysteria, with Desmond Child instead of Mutt Lange, but whatever. And it was successful for them. So Def Leppard thought they could do the same thing just, 10 years later, and it didn't work.
Well, here's the thing, though, right? It'd be one thing if they did it, if they found and they shifted to a different trend, and then they stuck with that trend for a while, right?
Well, I mean, you guys know why they picked this trend, though.
Because
let me interject here if I could, and let's see what our good friend Mutt Lange is up to in 2002.
Oh, shit.
You guys know about an artist called Shania Twain?
Yes.
Any man of mine?
So yeah, Shania Twain was actually married to Mutt Lange, so of course he's producing her albums. And in 2002, she put out an album that became the best-selling country album of the year. And in the following year was the third best album sold, all genres. And within 2 years of X being released, Shania Twain's Up has already been certified diamond, which makes her third consecutive diamond album in a row. And this is what, Mutt's 8th or 9th?
So Mutt abandoned Def Leppard.
Mutt Lange is at the top of the game right now, and Def Leppard is going, hey, wait, we were one of those stepping stones. Can we get a piece of that?
Yeah.
So with that being said, and I'm going to start backwards just for dramatic effect here. Kiss the Day, Let Me Be the One, Girl I Like, Torn to Shreds, Long, Long Way to Go, and Every Day are all the same song, and that song is track 2, Unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah, they loaded it down with ballads on this one.
The same ballad repeatedly.
Yeah, same ballad over and over again.
This album is super poppy for me, though. Like poppy in a...
My number one song that I listen to on X has always been Torn to Shreds and Long, Long Way to Go. Those are the two biggest ones. Like, I'm
going to go with Four Letter Word being the best song on the album.
Yeah, Four Letter Word was really good.
Four Letter Word's a good song.
Cry? I'm pretty sure that's like... Didn't Korn do that exact same chorus?
You say Korn?
Is Cry a Korn song?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. And then my notes for Gravity, because it's the one thing that doesn't fit like the other 75% of this album. My notes literally say, well, it's not country, it's country rap. So did Def Leppard invent country rap on this album? I'm not sure, but
cutting edge,
right?
On something finally.
So we have Def Leppard to thank for country rap, I'm guessing.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is a rough album.
It's not what we wanted, but it's what we needed.
It's not what we wanted or needed. It's what we got.
And that's when things started to really move more quickly with the disappearing of genres of music. It seems like.
Well, and so if I can go back to the Shania Twain album real quick, do you know they released 3 different versions of it?
Yeah.
Exact same album, but one's pop, one's country, and then one's Indian film music.
Hey man, Bollywood got the money.
Well, and so of course we're going to integrate that into our Mutt Lange pop formula that's going to influence a number of artists in the 2000s of multiple genres, not just Def Leppard, not just the Nickelbacks and the 3 Days Graces and the Toby Keiths and the Keith Urbans, and I don't know, it's all the same song. And I think Mutt Lange wrote that song with Def Leppard back in the 80s. And it took the world 20 years to just go, okay, well, that's it. That's how we make money. But they definitely did it. And this is where we're at. Another interesting thing I found with X is this was the last one to even go platinum.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they still had 1 million people buy this album. Surprising. And then I'm wondering, okay, so Vivian Campbell's been in the band for a while now, and he's making some money here, right? But he also gets some Metallica money off of their covers album. And so I was curious, like, sales wise, all the albums that Vivian Campbell has been in Def Leppard for, if you add all of them up together, it still doesn't equal the sales of the Metallica cover album. So I'm wondering, is his one songwriting credit more lucrative for him, and this is just fun?
He's the one that never wears a shirt, right?
No, that's Phil Collins.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Phil Collins always went without his shirt on.
Yeah, that's how he's saving his money.
Yeah.
By not buying shirts.
Vivian Campbell's the one who replaced Steve Clark. Before that, he was in Dio's band and White Snake. And he originally started in a band called Sweet Savage, which Metallica covered one of their songs.
Yeah.
I think it was the B-side to The Unforgiven. So he's getting some real Metallica money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, maybe he does it for fun,
Yeah. I don't know. He also gets that Rainbow in the Dark Holy Diver money too. But
oh yeah, that's bringing in some cash over X.
Just a little bit.
yeah, yeah. Vivian Campbell's too good for this.
Anybody else got anything to add about X?
Yeah, I'm really interested about the Shania Twain album. I really want to compare the pop version and the country version, and then compare that to, I don't know, any Def Leppard album post.
What album was that? What album was that of hers?
Up.
Okay.
Up.
Yeah.
8 singles were released from the album.
Ooh, he topped Hysteria. Ooh, Mutt Lange moving up.
Mutt Lange is moving up, and he's left Def Leppard behind, and Def Leppard are paying the price.
One day,
All this talk makes me kind of wonder, what did Def Leppard want to sound like? What would have happened to Def Leppard, and what would they have sounded like without Mutt Lange? Would they have just been a trend band? Like,
so 2002, Iron Maiden is putting out Dance of Death. They're like, what? That's their 13th or 14th album, and they're still like a metal band that is conquering the world in the 2000s. That's when Iron Maiden became internationally recognized, like, can't fuck with them status.
yep.
I think he means like at the very beginning, like back in
Back in '80, Iron Maiden and Def Leppard were the 2 bands to come out of the new wave of British heavy metal. And so it's real easy to compare career paths and career choices. Because interestingly enough, in the early days, up until about now, actually, up until about X, Def Leppard had the same management that Metallica still has and had back then, and now currently manage the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Q Prime Management was a major player in the 80s, and they had Def Leppard through the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
So, your question is very good, because what are they going for? I can't imagine their audience wants this.
No.
They want Pour Some Sugar on Me and Photograph.
Yep.
The record buying public in 2002 wants this, but not from Def Leppard.
Exactly, yeah.
So yeah, that's a very good question. Like, what are they going for here, other than a hit and failing miserably?
Mm-hmm.
They're not. Green Day right now is in the same state as Def Leppard, where they're starting.
Green Day has become the Def Leppard of pop punk.
They have started to fall down the same trend of, shit, what are we gonna do? They didn't like our new record. Let's redo
We gotta
American
sound current,
Idiot.
but we gotta sound like us.
We gotta do another American Idiot 21st Century Breakdown. That's their hysteria.
Yeah.
I mean, that
And
Saviors
Dookie's
is
their
not.
pyromania.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dookie's their pyromania.
Yeah. And Kerplunk is High and Dry.
No, Kerplunk's on through the night. But that's a whole nother episode that no one's ever going to get to watch. Hey, I got a question. Is Def Leppard new metal?
Nah, that was debated back in the day, wasn't it? They were new wave or something. Or
Well, no, I don't think it was ever debated if Def Leppard was new metal.
Yeah, I don't think they ever crossed that path.
oh no, new
That's
metal.
just,
Their
that's
fan
just a
base
joke
is-
for me,
their-
not even a serious question.
Maybe they should
New
have tried
metal
new
with
metal. It was
Deftones,
the same
Korn.
fan base for a while there.
Well, and again, go back to Cry's kind of trying to sound a little new metal-y. They're trying.
And
Yeah.
this is 2002.
Failing miserably.
It's about right on par as to when new metal was already dying. It's about time for Def Leppard to try it.
To try to incorporate it into a country song.
Yeah, it's funny with the pattern of them kind of being like a several years behind themselves on what they should have been doing, and it probably has a lot to do with why I followed them the way that I did. I just kind of, I don't know, it was weird to look at it now. I can see it differently than what I could back then with it.
Well, that's the beauty of age and recognizing nostalgia.
You've got to be able
Oh, yeah.
to take something you love and look at it. Like Green Day is one of my favorite bands. I love the band to death. But I'm going to call them out when they do some bullshit, you know. You got to be able to...
Yep.
You can't just blindly accept everything, you know, this is great, because it might not be. So, X is definitely not.
Yeah.
Let's get back to this. Was our homework this time? I'm gonna be honest. I was burnt out after X, and I did not listen to Yeah. If I just looking at this track list, I would rather hear the original artist. I'm sure.
And you
Right.
know what? That's what I came out of it with. Because there's a lot of songs on here that I do like the original.
Yeah.
And this didn't change my opinion whatsoever. I think the best cover on here, though, was the Hanging on the Telephone.
Hey, yeah. Oh
They
yeah.
did a pretty good job with that one. But otherwise, there's not a lot of deviation from the originals.
All right.
That's what I assumed
So that's
Yeah.
a Def Leppard covered record album would be them just mimicking. And I hate that shit. Like, if you're gonna cover something, make it your own.
Even down to the hand claps on 20th Century Boy.
Which they do some hand clapping
Yeah.
on an album we're gonna talk about here in a minute.
No, well, sure. And everywhere I go to do my research and check out where other people think of this album, it's at the bottom of every list I see, and I don't know if that's just because it's a covers album or because it's really, really bad.
Cover
and the
albums
answer
usually-
is both.
Yeah, cover albums usually rank
Yeah.
pretty low on.
Yeah.
because most
I
of the
don't
time
know.
people want to listen to the originals.
Yeah.
I mean, I love covers, and if you do like a good cover and make it your own and do something different with it, and even it's not on this album, but I did run across a Def Leppard cover of "Personal Jesus."
Yes.
and
that's
I
on the-
really liked their cover of it. I thought they did a really good job with it.
Not better than Marilyn Manson though. Marilyn Manson, he kind of.
Well, I think Johnny Cash has the crown on the Personal Jesus covers.
Well, yes. He's.
You know who else is good at taking songs and making it their own? The Cramps.
Weezer.
The Cramps for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Weezer too. Well, no, because Weezer does a lot of.
Weezer pulls the Def Leppard thing and just covers it like exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works
even
if
down
it's
to
a
the
song
production.
like No Scrubs. Their cover of No Scrubs is really good because it's Rivers singing it. But besides that album's so boring.
Africa was good. That was a really good cover.
I could not tell the difference between Weezer's and Toto.
Couldn't tell the difference
it's
between
exactly the same song.
Good.
Yeah. That's not, to me, that's not a good cover. A good cover should be your own. Tori Amos covering Teen Spirit. That's a cover.
That's a good cover. Yeah. Tori Amos covering Raining Blood. That's a good cover.
Five Finger Death Punches covers. They make it their own every time. No one can disagree with that. I'm not saying they're all good, but they definitely make it their own.
I think the only one I've heard by them was the Kenny Wade and Shepherd song. Blue on Black. That's the one they did, right?
Yep, they've done that one.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty close to the original.
Oh, here's the thing. When I think of how they covered "Gone Away," which that was way different. I felt like at least.
Okay.
Gone Away.
I don't know if I've heard that one.
Gone Away.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that
don't
one.
Fuck with that song. Even the Offspring covered it. It sucked.
I know. I said I didn't say it was good, but. They made
was it
the
Five Finger Fist Fuck that was also doing the Simple Man cover?
Yes. No, that was started with an S.
Or was that Chevelle or
Shine.
Sure. Yeah.
Something, I don't know.
Sure.
It was awful. Shout out Ed. Quit listening to bad music. All right, we got to get back to Def Leppard. Speaking of Cowboy. Yeah, you're the Def Leppard fan. You probably know the most about this record. Lay it on us.
About
Yeah.
I didn't listen to Yeah too much.
Okay, well.
I bought it and it was like, it's a covers album and
Yeah.
There are some rock songs on here.
There are some rock songs on it, yes. Waterloo Sunset was a good one because I never heard the original. That was the first time I heard that song. Period. So, and then I went back and listened to the original, and it's still good. It's and no matter what, that was a good cover. I like that.
I did not like the cover of Rock On.
You didn't like the cover of Rock On?
No. They tried to make it hip hoppy.
Yeah, they're always trying to. They called it langerized, I guess is what they called it.
I mean,
interesting. They're using langerized.
Langerized.
They're just trying to desperately have that Lang sound.
The Nookie was already out by this point and gone. The Nookie had come and gone at this point.
That's right.
Come and gone, yeah.
So you could take that cookie. That's right.
Stick it in your ear?
Yeah, stick it in your what?
Nobody has anything really good or much to say. Yeah, it has a good couple covers. We don't rank it. Not a real album.
It's got some good. They tried covering some good songs. Yes.
Yeah.
So we got to rank X, and I do believe it's Tim's turn to guess where it's going.
I mean, I can't see this being better than Slang for anybody.
Oh, is that your final guess?
Yes, but I think one person will have it better than Slang.
All right, for me, it's not better than Slang.
Okay.
For you,
it's not better than Slang.
For Bill,
not better than Slang. I'm not saying we're not saying Slang's good, but it's not better than it.
Right.
No,
right.
It's not. It's not better than Slang.
Bam! Got it.
He got it. Wow. Y'all got the easy one. I got the weird one. Looks like Bill's up next to guess Sparkle Lounge.
Ooh.
I got a roadmap on my notes.
Oh man,
I got some good notes on that one.
I don't even want to. Oh my gosh.
I remember when Sparkle Lounge came out and Cowboy said, "Oh, Def Leppard's got a new album coming out." I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "What's it called?" "Songs from the Sparkle Lounge." Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, please stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss that. Be safe. Make good decisions.
Unlike Def Leppard.